Hi Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we are looking ahead toward November, seeing what's going on for you in November. Getting close to Halloween, we will be doing some Halloween readings over the weekend, as well as that full moon shadow work reading. So keep an eye out for those. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate your support, being such a small channel over here. But today we're using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. Our main deck today, we have the Slavic Folklore Lenormand, and then finishing off our readings today with the True Love Oracle as well. Okay, so getting into it for you, Taurus, November 2023 for our Taurus. What's going on in November for Taurus? Okay, Taurus, look, it feels like it's going to be an interesting month for you. Firstly, we do have the grey card, okay? So it does say endings are inevitable. All right, so the grey card, it does sort of talk to, adventures that are past. So we can see the ship up here on the grey cloud and feeling that sense of loss when those adventures have passed us by or have ended, okay? So it does talk about a specific journey in your life that is ending throughout November. So endings are inevitable. So, for some of you, I am feeling that ending is actually a positive thing for your life. It may be the ending of a cycle that has actually been a negative cycle for you, Taurus. So I'm just sort of picking up here that, there may be a bit of sadness associated with it, because even when we have really happy things happen and the things that are no longer serving us do end, sometimes it's a bit of sadness attached, because it's kind of like, better the devil you know. You've been so used to that sadness, to that negativity and that negative energy, that all of a sudden when it's lifted, you kind of don't know what to do with yourself. So I am feeling that that's what's actually happening for a couple of you out there, that we are sort of ending out something that has been a bit of a drain on our energy, and doing so is actually leaving us feeling just a little bit mournful of losing that, because you understood that, you knew that you'd been stuck in that cycle for a while, so you kind of were, felt as though that was how things were. But now that we're changing for the more positive, it's kind of like you don't know how to deal with the happy, you don't know how to deal with the positive. So it'll take a little bit of time, even when we have really happy things happening, that adjustment period. I feel like that's what this is about, is that adjustment period of things that have ended, and knowing that ending was kind of inevitable one way or the other. For majority of you, that ending was inevitable because it's not actually, serving your higher purpose. It's actually, it was just creating that stuck, draining kind of energy for you. We also do have the villain card. All right, so this is a very interesting one. It does say you can always rewrite the story. All right, so it's all about, I'm feeling for you, Taurus, this is all about your attachment to the villains in your story. So, if you are continually telling yourself, oh, that person is the villain, that person is the villain, that person is the villain, you're still dwelling on that connection with that person. And even if it's, you're putting the blame on them, even regardless of who deserves the blame or not, you're staying attached to that person because you're constantly focusing on that person being the villain in your life. Whereas what we sort of find here is you can always rewrite the story, is it's actually better for you in the long term to, rather than constantly talk about how that person did this, that person said this, that person did that, write them out of the story altogether. act as though they don't even exist. And you know, then they can't actually hurt you. You know, it's just your energy speaking there. But you know, someone can't hurt you if you refuse to even accept that that even happened, if that even existed. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive because you know we do need to be dealing with the past and those sorts of things as well. But you know, I do feel for a lot of the time, writing someone out of your story altogether, it speaks a lot more to growth than you may think, because you're not acknowledging that they hurt you anymore. You're not allowing that to touch your energy anymore and hurt you further and further and further. The more that you're acknowledging that this person did that, this person did this, you're acknowledging that you had attachment to that and you had feelings created from that behavior. So it's a very interesting energy I'm getting there. It's kind of advising you to, you know, it's kind of, you know, that it is coming across a little villainous even in itself, of that, you know, you don't have to, you know, continually feel as though that person was the villain. Just, you know, it's more hurtful to that person to forget that they even existed and not even acknowledge their existence, you know, rather than, you know, continually putting blame on that person. You know, at the end of the day, that's kind of what I'm getting there, that, you know, it's, you know, this element of you being the bigger person, but also this element of you, you know, I am getting that sweet revenge by just, you know, pretending that that person doesn't even exist. You know, makes the revenge just that little bit more. It's like a bit that petty sort of revenge. You know, you're refusing to admit that you even exist anymore. So you don't bother me because, you know, because that's something I find very interesting is, you know, love does take a lot of our energy. To love something takes a lot of our energy, but also does hating and holding on to that hate, you know, uses a lot more of our energy and actually, you know, plays on that, you know, that negativity within us and creates more negativity. So to completely remove that altogether is actually a lot better for you in the long run. But obviously making sure we have sort of dealt with that stuff as well, you know, for your own sort of highest good there. We do need to deal with things, but once you've dealt with it, just gone, completely gone. No energy at all, good or bad. All right. Okay, Taurus. I will be dividing the month up by sort of start, middle, and then end. And 2 cards for each for Taurus. What's going on for Taurus in November? So close to Christmas already, everyone. I can't believe it. Okay, so I am seeing this past energy coming up a little bit here too. So at the start of November, what we're sort of seeing though, no, that's actually like sometimes this Tower card here, it can talk about past sort of stuff, but I do feel for you, it's not actually talking about that. It's just talking about you kind of building and putting stronger foundations down when it comes to your finances. We have the fish there as well, Taurus. So I do feel as though this is you actually, you know, taking some time to yourself to, you know, in solitude, you know, defending your finances, taking time to yourself to really, you know, work out how you are building a stronger foundation within your financial aspects. The fish is all about abundance and wealth. So we do see here with that tower, you know, you're building this strong fortress brick by brick so that no one can come and topple your finances. You for some reason feeling the need to protect yourself when it comes to, you know, the financial side of things, your personal wealth. You know, wealth can be a lot more than just finances as well, keeping in mind. So it's all about though building those strong foundations just within yourself and working out how to best protect your wealth, no matter what that wealth is for you specifically. Okay, I do feel for a lot of you it is that financial security and really building upon your you know, rebuilding foundations here. You know, you may have had something that has toppled those foundations in the past, and you're now coming back on through and rebuilding brick by brick and making sure, you know, every brick is nice and solid so that that tower's never going to fall again, kind of vibe is what I'm sort of getting from that. Because we do see in the middle of the month, I feel like this has got to do with that ending and that villain sort of storyline coming through here. We do have the house, followed by the mouse energy. All right, so that mouse energy is definitely this past and like energy. So I do feel as though that it's kind of like the past is sort of eating away at you, and this is, for a lot of you, this is probably why you know, we are focusing so much on rebuilding ourselves, because, you know, there's been something in the past that has really sort of made us question our security and our stability when it comes to you know, for a lot of you this is going to be financial stability and security, I feel. But for others of you, it's just your general, you know, your mental stability, you know, just your general, the way you feel secure as who you are, and where you've been in this world. There is some things that are still sort of in the back of your mind eating away at you a little bit, and I feel like that's where we're really getting that message of you know, rewriting the story, not allowing this past energy to continue to eat away at your energy and to continue to, you know, make you question your security and your emotional stability. You know, for some of you, this has got to do with your self-worth. Okay, so there's something in the back of your mind that, you know, you're allowing something that someone said in the past to still continue to eat away at your self-worth, your inner stability, you know, just how you feel within yourself. You know, so there is this past energy coming through here, and I feel like you're kind of realizing this, though. You're kind of realizing that this is the past, and that's lost. It's gone. It's ended. It's done. You're still adjusting. This is that adjustment period. You're still adjusting to, you know, I've been focusing on rebuilding myself really strong. This is still sort of eating away at my foundations a little bit here and there. So I need to work out how to, you know, completely end that and rewrite that story, rather than, you know, getting stuck in that adjustment period. I kind of feel for you there, Taurus. So in the middle of the month, you will, I feel like it's just sort of a moment. You know, we all go through little phases like that, but I feel like there's something that's just going to pop up in the middle of the month that's going to make you sort of question, have I actually been building these foundations as strong as I want to? Am I actually as secure as I thought I was? You know, am I stable as I thought I was? And then you're kind of going, yes, I choose to rewrite this story and not allow this past stuff to sort of, you know, continue to eat away at me, and you're sort of moving on through that. I do feel, like I said, with that grey card, the endings are inevitable, that you're kind of realizing that is over, it's ended, it's gone, and that's actually for your betterment. So I really think there's this moment of you know, personal revelation where you kind of realize that it is over. I don't need to think that way anymore. I don't need to feel that way anymore. And I don't need to let this eat away at my energy anymore. Do you know what? Rather than holding on to that, I'm choosing to rewrite that story, wipe that person from my energy altogether. No love, no hate for that person, just nothing at all. Okay, so I kind of feel like that's where we're going with that, Taurus. And it just feels like there's just going to be a moment, you know, during the middle of the month somewhere where you do have this sort of personal revelation about all this, and then you know, you consciously choose to move that out of your life completely. So if you have been sort of struggling to let go of something or get over something, there, that moment is coming up for you, where it's sort of all of a sudden it just clicks, and you move forward and make that conscious choice to move forward. All right, so that's actually a super positive thing for you to be doing there, Taurus. Like I said, you know, we do need to make sure we have dealt with these past things, and I think that's what you're doing. You're realizing, do you know what? I have dealt with that. I have changed and grown and matured, and you know, that ending was inevitable, and it's actually draining on me. So I'm not going to let it do that anymore. Then toward the end of the month here, we do have the book, which has come through with the clover. Okay. So this is actually, I'm getting a couple of messages here from this, because the book sometimes can talk about, like doing your research and looking into things a little bit deeper, finding the extra information. But what we're actually looking into, what we're researching is some sort of, I do feel like this is some sort of investment. Okay, because the clover really can talk about gambling. It can talk about, taking a chance on something, taking a little bit of a risk, because you've done your research and you know that this is going to pay off. All right. So I do feel like for some of you, this is some sort of, investment or stock or something along those lines, that you are actually, because they do, stocks and investment do come through with the gambling side of things, because, it's a risk. You aren't guaranteed, that it will rise or whatever. But I am just sort of getting that pretty clearly, that for some of you, and making sure that you have done your research in regard to that particular stock or investment, and then yes, it will pay off. All right, but I do feel as though, for some of you, you are doing some sort of investing or stock marketing. That is really going to pay off because of the fact that you have, done your research. You've checked the T's across, and checked all the I's are dotted, and you've really done your research into where, this is sort of heading. And you've gotten, sometimes I'm getting advice and other people's knowledge. You've really gotten the advice and the knowledge that you need to make this investment solidly, to take this chance from a solid standpoint, from an intelligent sort of standpoint. So it's actually really going to pay off for you, because the clover overall is about, having a lot of good luck. And it is a short term card though. Okay, so I do want to make that clear, because if you are investing or stock marketing, I don't know the terms or whatever. Okay, but if you are doing those sorts of things, these need to be short term investments. Don't be doing long term stuff. Doing short term stuff, and it will really pay off, because this is definitely good fortune headed your way. Now, for others of you, this is talking about, we do see that you can rewrite your story. Okay, so there is this strong element, connection with this book energy, because it does talk about the next chapter in your life, and the part of your story that we're sort of moving into at the end of November. And we are seeing that that's flowing through from that past message there, in regard to, you are successfully rewriting your story and removing that character from your story. And you're taking a chance to, start this story without that character, and really opening yourself up to the next chapter for yourself, Taurus. So it's quite, a bit of a flow through message there as well. But I was just strongly getting that stocks or investment message as well. So I wanted to make sure I went through that with you as well. But it is a strong flow through from that past message, where you are successfully, once you have that little moment of, recognizing what's going on for you yourself, you are successfully moving through into the new chapters for yourself, and totally rewriting your story, the way that you want it to be written, not allowing these, this past stuff to continue into the next chapter of the story of Taurus. All right, so definitely maybe some risks involved towards the end of November, though, with that clover energy. There may be you taking some risks here and there to start a new chapter. A lot of the time, when we're starting a new chapter in a sense of risk, sometimes that just means things like, the next chapter of your life, you're starting to do things that you are uncomfortable with, things that you haven't done before. So like brand new stuff that, it may be a little bit uncomfortable, because of the fact that you've never experienced this before. It's brand new. So that's the risk. You don't know what the consequences, what the result is going to be, because you haven't tried it this way before. But with that clover card also, like I said, very good fortune. So you will be successfully taking chances and risks, in the next chapters of your life. So it's definitely a positive, coming through there. Okay, that Clover card, being such a positive energy, it really does overshadow any of the more negative elements we may have felt in the start of the month there. All right, but we'll have a look at love for you as well, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, what's going on for Taurus when it comes to romantic love in November? Beautiful. I really love this for you, Taurus, because firstly, we are seeing the worthiness card. Okay, so that's, yeah, like I said, for a lot of you, that moment where we're realizing that this energy is still sort of eating away at our inner security, our inner stability. You're finding your worthiness. You're realizing that you don't need to allow that to continue, that you are ending that. It's inevitable that this ends. This issue of self-worth, for those of you who do have some self-worth sort of issues, the ending is inevitable. And you are going to be finding your worthiness this month. Okay, so that's such a beautiful energy, Taurus. I really enjoy that for you. We also do have the life purpose. Okay, so this new chapter, rewriting your story and starting these new chapters, it takes you straight to your true life purpose. You're removing those energies that don't, sort of work for you anymore. You're rewriting your story into a story that does work for you, and your life purpose is strongly connected to this next chapter in your life. I am feeling for a couple of you that, if you are already in a connection, this connection is actually connected to you being able to find your life purpose as well. So if you are already in a connection, this is quite an important connection because it's actually helping you find your purpose in this lifetime as well. So and for some of you, that connection may be your life purpose. So if you aren't in a connection, you may actually be meeting someone very important soon who is actually going to really sort of help spur you onto the right track when it comes to, finding yourself and what you're here on earth for, to do for yourself, for your soul. All right, very cute. I don't know why I'm saying cute. That's not the word I was really trying to say there. But there we go. Someone may be cute. You may be finding someone cute. Like when I say cute, I kind of mean, I'm not always talking about, like cutesy. I always talk about cute like, oh, he's cute. Like, ooh, like I do attach a little bit extra to the cute factor. Okay, I'm not just talking about cute like puppies and children are cute. Puppies and children definitely are cute, but I do use cute in a broader sort of sense. Um, so yeah, you might be sort of going, "Ooh, that person's pretty cute," or there may actually be something about someone that is, cutesy as well. Especially when I see this next card. We do have the intimacy card, all right? So a lot of, emotional intimacy comes through with this card. And I feel like, yeah, this is probably where we're getting the cutesy moments. It's that cuddling together and, maybe someone is using little pet names for you or you're using pet names for somebody. But it's really talking about that strong connection where it's not just physical, it's not just mental, it is very intimate as well. You can be vulnerable with this person. You can tell this person your true emotions and your true self, So I do feel like this is probably partly why this person is strongly connected to your life purpose because, when we are allowing ourselves to fully be ourselves, we are a lot more in line with our life purpose as well. So, this person really is helping you open up on a more, intimate, emotional level. So that's a wonderful message as well. So, with the clover there, if you are not in a connection as of yet, I do just want to mention that if you are sort of single and meeting someone during November, don't be afraid to be intimate with this person. Take a chance and open up to this person, okay? Because there's a strong pull, okay, that being intimate with this person is actually really opening you up to this life purpose thing. Okay, so if you're not actually in a connection as of yet and you're just sort of meeting somebody, please try to be, take that chance to be vulnerable with this person, because it will actually pay off for you. Okay. But that's what we have for you today, Taurus. I hope that that resonates for you and what's happening for you during November. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon.